My name is Konstantin Dimopoulos and I'm an environmental artist. I was born in Egypt, Greek parents, and moved to New Zealand and then moved to Australia. So a little bit of a nomadic part of my family. The blue trees really started, the installation started in about 2003 when we moved from New Zealand to Australia, and we started to, Melbourne where I went has got an amazing urban forest. And so Friends of the Earth, I actually went and visited them, and they showed me images of just huge deforestation in Southeast Asia. And they said, how can we get people in the cities to be able to see this? Because this happens many thousands of miles away, and most people aren't aware that this is happening. And that's how it started, with an idea, and that's what really prompted me to see how can I get people to see the trees and the forests beyond that, and how important trees are for our existence, really. And that's really how it started, and we moved on from there, and we started to get interest. We did it in the Vancouver Biennale, and then Seattle, and so forth. This is the 36th city that we've gone to, and often in the cities we do it in maybe 2 to 3 locations. This is the first time we've done it in a forest, so that really is quite exciting. And it's exciting that when we go and all the colorant and all the brushes and all that are gone, and people are walking in who are experiencing for the first time, that to me is exciting. I had that little bit of an experience of that in Vancouver when we did it there many years ago, and I had finished everything, all the paintbrushes were put away, and a lovely lady and her daughter, who must have been 3 or 4, was walking towards the library where we did it outside. And as they got closer, the little girl saw the trees, let go of her mother's hand and said, "Blue tree, Mum, blue," and she went and hugged it. And what I wasn't expecting it, but what I realized that for the first time that little girl had seen the tree. They had walked that area to that library many times, but this day she saw the tree and she touched it. Now I thought that was really an experience that I wasn't expecting. So to me, every time you create the installation in different places, you get different reactions. And the main thing is, what I like the people to ask is why are you colouring the trees blue? And then we can explain the reasons. With public art, people don't realise how important art is to a community. All this, what you see here, people take for granted that it just came up one day out of it, but there was designers that came and worked out how to create the road. The foresters who spent so many hours coming here, looking at trees, making sure none of them will fall and hurt you. All the landscape designers in the city. So art is everywhere in the city. It's just that we don't appreciate it so much. We think it just comes up naturally. And I think the great thing about children is that they're passionate about art, and we need to keep that art generating in children, because that's, the Edisons and they may not all become artists, but they will become, it's their creativity that creates their environment. The reality is we've done it in 36 cities around the world. No tree has ever been harmed. This is a very safe colorant. It is watercolor. It's basically chalk and water. There is no binder, so that, it's not a paint. And more or less what we wanted was something that would color and change a tree for a short period of time, so that we have social media, people discussing why are you coloring, and then the color disappears with rain and water or sun. That breaks it down, and within months, basically everything, I want it to return to what its natural thing. And that's what we want to become. I would never do anything to harm a tree, because if I did, my artistic reputation would be down, would be destroyed. So, as I said, no tree has ever been damaged. And main thing is, even we actually asked for the urban foresters to come and check every tree here that was selected. It wasn't just that to make sure that it was healthy and it was not stressed, that we could actually colour it. If any tree is that, we just do not touch them. I'd just like to thank Germantown for inviting me here. You may not have seen the last of me in Germantown, that's for sure.